Here we go.
What
Recording.
am I, your trained monkey? Now you want his Ken Kratz? No. No, I'm not your monkey. I'm not your trained monkey.
Yeah, what do you think? You got a little organ grinder there? You're going to have him dance and then earn a little change in the cup? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. Oh, he found the clip, actually. Trump poll found the actual movie clip.
Oh.
This is epic drunken fighting.
I don't think this is...
Oh, there it is right there.
Oh, it is. Oh. This is such a dumb scene.
Even better with the video.
All right, I take it back. It was a dubbed movie. All right. Okay.
All right.
Here goes.
Okay.
Here it is. This is it. It starts in 3, 2. Whoa. Hold on. There, that doesn't go there. All right. 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, the Children War.
That's a lot of molasses.
Toto forever.
Take that, Jenner.
Bird Box gets really dumb in Utah.
Tom's Tech Time.
Recommentals and more on this episode of the Morning Stream.
Bobby Eden, where do you have the nerve to hit Andre the Giant in the face?
I'll tell you where I got the nerve to hit Andre in the face. You take orders from me.
It's not over yet.
It is for me, sister.
The Morning Stream. Save it for the French.
I love that part. Hey, everybody, welcome back to TMS. It is Wednesday's edition of the Morning Stream. It is January 16th, 2019. I am Scott Johnson. He is Brian Ibbett, and we are bringing to you a fresh, hot, steaming package that only you will enjoy.
That's right, because we've got the nerve to podcast on a Wednesday.
The nerve. You know what was great about that is it's so what's his name died? Mean Gene. What's his name? The wrestler announcer guy that's in that.
Yeah.
And somebody was passing that around, and what was great about it is he almost says balls, and then they're so into the scene, or whoever that other guy is almost says balls right after him, which is awesome.
Like they were just told 5 minutes before by production assistant. By the way, network says you can't say balls.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Balls.
And 3, 2,
Yep.
go.
All right, Mean Gene Okerlund, or whatever your name is it Okerlund? Yeah, you're on. Where do you get the nerve? That's great. Anyway, also this file here, I just wanted to play this again because I watched Star Wars recently, episode 4. We did it for Current Geek, and I never noticed how stilted this particular exchange was. And I just want to play it one more time. So here, check this out.
It's not over yet.
It is for me, sister.
It is for me, sister.
Jeez. Yeah, that is it.
It is for me, sister. And that was I saw that's like a remastered one. So it's not even like a crappy old copy of the movie or something.
No.
That's really bad overdub.
It does not even feel like Star Wars audio. It's so bad.
No, it's terrible. Movies still holds up though. Good time. I enjoyed it.
Good.
All right. I need a peacekeeper immediately.
Okay.
Who do I call? The UN Security Council.
You need a diplomat. You need a goodwill ambassador.
Something. I don't know what they're called, but get one in
Gary
here.
Halliwell is your woman. I think she's still a goodwill ambassador somewhere, isn't she?
Probably. She hangs out of the Goodwill a lot. Probably. I don't know. But here's what I need. I need someone to come in here and mediate the war that has broken out in my studio. Scott, what are you talking about, you ask? Well, let me tell you. I have this studio space. We constructed it especially for the frog pantery that you see before you now. And there's room in here for all sorts of art creation, podcastery, streaming. It's all what it's for. And on that end of it...
The center of frog pantery right there.
Yes, and on that side of it over there, the plan is, because it's like a long room, it was originally built to be 2 bedrooms, but we hollowed the whole thing out and it's one big long room, and on that end, we're going to make a little couch between the 2 ferns style looking YouTube little space or something.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that was the plan. It's still the plan. We even built it so on the corners of the walls you could pull down big either green screens or backdrops or whatever. Whatever we decide to do, we're going to do it, and it's always been in the plan, and we're just slow getting there, right? This is all the plan in 2014. Sure. We're still working on it. But part of what slowed that plan down is both of my kids have various levels of creative work they do that involve computers, but they're also gamer nuts, and they have an old Nick has my last PC, Carter has my older PC, she's got her Mac stuff over there, so they've set up their own little space. And so where the production space will be currently is Carter's got her junk and Nick's got his junk, and it's fine. It's worked out fine. I'm like, you know what, for the kids while they're here, this is what we do. We collaborate, we have fun, it's good, it's fine. Here's the problem. Here's the midnight bombing that started the war. Without telling his sister, Nicholas Scott Johnson decided... Did you know his middle name was my name? Did you know that?
I did not know that, no. Nicholas Scott Johnson.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. That's like what we did with my dad. My dad's name was Blaine, and my name was Scott Blaine Johnson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So he has to carry the tradition then. Like
He does. Exactly, he does. I have the added burden of having to do magic tricks because my middle name is Blaine. But anyway, so that'll make sense to somebody. Anyway, so
it's better than Angel.
Yeah, Scott Angel Johnson. Oh my Lord. I'd have to brood a lot and go.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why I'm thinking the Blaine. Like, you get the Blaine. It's just it's just the addition of Axe body spray to become Chris Angel.
That's true. They both do street magic, but one of them looks like a freak show. Looks like the Crow. He looks like the Crow. That's what he is.
It does look like the Crow.
So anyway,
Sorry.
No, you're fine. So Nick, without telling his sister, during one of his days off, comes down here, and I wasn't in here either when he did it, and he changed all his stuff around, moved his desk so that it sits out in the room, and now he faces the door. So if you just picture this, it used to be they're lined against the wall and they're facing opposite walls. Well, now Nick is like me. He's behind a desk with space behind him and a wall back here, and then the room out in front of him. Now, you might say, well, big deal. What's the big deal? Here's the big deal. Carter, who is currently not only working at the university video game program, but she also goes to school there, has homework every week of some sort that usually involves some kind of VR thing. So she has to have room space for the Vive, which has, uses actual scale, room scale, to function. Unlike, the PSVR, and you can do a little bit.
Even the Oculus, like moving forward doesn't do anything with the Oculus Go, the Oculus Go.
Right,
it's
exactly.
Basically just rotating, but
right, exactly right. This is the opposite of that. You need room scale.
Sure,
and she needs it to use it. Well, now Nick's desk is sticking out in the middle of what used to be her room scale. So these two start going. They start having little arguments and start like quibbling about what space is whose, and they want me to intervene. Come on, Dad, you know that I need this. Oh, Dad, you think this is cool? Hey, Mom, what do you think? And I'm like, you know what? You two, one of you's 18, the other one's 21. Y'all can work this out because you're adults now, damn it. Both legally and, in my mind, mentally, or at least emotionally. So let's see if we can't get to a amicable working agreement here. And they can't seem to do it. So they're asking for intervention. My solution would be, well, how about I just take my studio back? Hey, why don't I guess it's time to build that space, the filming space down at the end of the room. So see you guys later. Freaking get out of here. And they're like, well, no, we're not saying that. We're not saying that. So I'm saying
that would you take away the land area, and all of a sudden those two countries won't fight over it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So right now the where it stands right now, it's a little like the government shutdown, which is in its 26th day, whatever it is.
Day, yeah.
Do you know it's costing $200 million a day in paychecks for people? Yeah, that aren't making money. It's insane. Also,
it is insane.
50,000 people were just called back yesterday to be unpaid, and I would.
Right, FDA and FAA back to work without paychecks.
IRS, same deal. I'd be pissed. Also, I'm not flying anywhere until this thing closes, or until they're done. I'm not.
Well, we might have to. I guess you could drive to Vegas 6 hours.
Oh, we're totally driving to Vegas. There's no question about that. Anyway, because I like to load the car up with things and have a car there. But even if I was gonna fly. Yeah, figure your poop out, dude. You got TSA people who aren't getting paid, who are pissed, who just aren't showing up at work because they're like, well, I'm getting another job. I can't do this. They were already getting paid squat for what they do. So you got the TSA thing. Some guy got a rifle through the TSA the other day because it was like half-staffed.
Overseas flight too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it like a
That's jacked up. That's jacked up, Brian. That is jacked up. That is so jacked up. We're a grown-ass country. We should be able to keep the lights on. I'm just saying. We're not a bunch of babies over here. We know. Okay, anyway. So this war.
You are on fire today.
I am kind of on fire
today. You've been noticing you are amped up.
I am amped up. I don't know if it's the chai or what's going on with me, but I'm very amped up. I slept well. You know what it is? I slept really well last night, which is a rarity for me. So
that's good.
Conked out, felt great, whatever. But now I'm irritated because I got this. I mean, they're not fighting. My kids, they never do. But they just are like, they just don't know how to come up with an agreement.
How is it that you have kids that don't fight with each other? It just seems like it's like a inevitable truth. Like death, taxes, and your kids are going to fight.
Well, it depends on your definition of fighting. Like, they've never screamed at
I'm
each other.
Fisticuffs.
No,
okay,
no,
that's what I would expect. At some point, yelling at each other, calling each other names.
Never happened. That I've witnessed anyway, and the Kim's witnessed. Like, we've never seen them yell at each other. We've never seen them scream at each other. There's never been a I hate you. Like, growing up in this house, no one ever believes me when I say this, and that's fine if you don't believe me, and I don't mean you, but I mean people out there. My kids have never said that stereotype phrase of I hate you, Dad. I hate you, Mom. That's never happened.
No, we don't. We never got that from Tristan.
Yeah.
So that one I'm glad about.
Yeah. You just don't. It just never happened. And we don't tend to hold grudges here. We always kind of had this thing of like, don't go to bed angry. That applies to Kim and I and the kids. Kim and I have never shouted at each other. We've had arguments. We've had disagreements.
Sure.
But nobody yells at each other around here. So there's never been that kind of fight. You know.
I mean, as adults, you don't do it, but I would just expect at some point the kids, when they were much younger, they would have done that. But
no, when I was a kid,
living in your Norman Rockwell life, Scott Johnson.
Well, when I was a kid, I was a turd to my sisters, and we fought all the time. So I don't know why I was such a butthole, but now they're better than me, is what it is. Because I was pretty rude to my sisters. I was the one. Remember, I told you that story about Wendy came in the house and I threw salt on her chest and said, "Hey, everybody, look, it's the salt flats."
I do remember that.
Yeah, that was bad. I did
that probably didn't go well. Yep.
I threw a loaf of frozen bread at my mom once, and it dented the counter next to her, but it didn't hit her. What else?
Jeez.
I put my other sister Misha is the sweetest thing on the planet, and you should never do anything mean to her ever. But one day I was teasing her and chasing her around the house, and I smeared a handful of chunky peanut butter on her leg, just down her calf. And my dad was so pissed because he just protected her at all costs. He was so pissed at me. This is the only physical thing my dad ever did to me. Like, physical punishment just didn't exist in our household.
Yeah.
But this one thing where he saw me do that, she started to cry, and she never cries. So when she does, it meant something real bad had happened. And for me, it was this peanut butter. I didn't think it was that big a deal, but
peanut butter on the leg. It's not like, that's not going to leave a mark.
No.
It's not a bruising,
I have a feeling it was on. I don't remember this exactly.
Or like
it was
a humiliation offense.
Yeah, it was like on the tail end of me being relentless all afternoon, and it ended with me wiping peanut butter on her and her finally just giving up and crying. I think that's how it happened. And my dad saw this. He came running up, and he kicked me in the butt with his boot. He had a pointy boot on, and I know that it was pointy because I knew it was pointy, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, I know what yeah, exactly.
So let's just say the dark matter entered the freaking black hole just a little bit, and it hurt like a mother, and I never did that again.
You're pulling your Wranglers out of your cavity.
Wranglers, they're my Toughskins is what they were, probably.
Your Toughskins, yeah. Right.
So anyway, the point is that where's am I going with this? Oh, I don't know what the solution is, except I don't know. Probably Nick will just have to move back, and it'll be fine. He really doesn't want to. It's just, and then mainly he likes this just because he's feeling a little feng shui from it. He's not even doing it for any real reason. He's just like,
oh really?
Like
it's not like they
need
this so they have a background for when I'm doing casting something.
He claims he'll have better audio from there because of where the wall is.
Well, better audio though. What is he? Is he streaming stuff? Is he recording stuff?
He wants to start doing some YouTube stuff with his friend Brett, and that's fine. I encourage it. That's great. But
yeah, sure. But I think you get 25 subscribers before you get to do that, rearrange the room business.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he I don't know.
Yeah, you need to base it on Twitter follows and Twitch subscribers.
I like it. Hey, Nick, better tell those people to mash that subscribe button and like and subscribe.
It's your boy, Nick.
It's your boy. I
saw that.
Yeah, go ahead.
That video yesterday of him sneaking up behind you during Resident Evil 7 is priceless.
It scared me so bad because I didn't know he was there.
Absolutely.
Usually, someone just put it in the chat. I think Tazoriel did the capturing. In fact, or, made the clip. But it is so unexpected because my headphones cancel out sound, and I usually kind of have a sense if someone's around me. No idea who's back there.
Yeah,
I think
the best.
I think a little pee came out.
Best response.
Anyway.
We're working, hoping with a little bit of help from TMS Mashups that we can get your scream mixed in with the honking horn guy scream.
Oh, good.
So it goes, ah!
He's your man. He can do it.
Exactly.
So he thinks that's real funny. He's still enjoying. He's still basking in the afterglow of what he did there. Brian, tell me about the awesome photos I was getting last night from you.
Yes, I went last night to Casa Bonita, or as we sometimes refer to it here in Colorado, Caca Don't Eat It, which is the bizarre Mexican food restaurant experience tucked away in a strip mall that you look inside this place and you're like, how is this place inside a strip mall?
Sorry, that's the sound from your waterfall. I'm trying.
I was going to say, watch out, because I think I drop an F-bomb in that video.
Yeah, I'm going to mute it. All right, go ahead.
So, we took Tristan's girlfriend for her 21st birthday because that's where she wanted to go, and she's getting ready to head back. She's been here for a month staying with Tristan, and she's got to get back home. But she wanted to go there after hearing about it from Tristan and kind of needing this bizarre, weird Colorado experience. I'm amazed, though, because right now, as I mentioned yesterday, the stock show is going on, and that always pulls in a big crowd to this place. Like, if you try and go on the weekend, one of the weekends when the stock show's in town, you are waiting in a long line to get into Casa Bonita.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But last night, we felt like we had the run of the place. Like, there were maybe 50 customers in this place, and this place can hold a few hundred.
Yeah.
There was no line. Basically, walk in, place your order, wait for your food to come out the little chute, and it does come out a little chute. That's a sign of a good restaurant when your food comes out a chute.
Yeah.
But holy cow! And we're thinking, man, if this is a sign, this place could be not long for the world. And if you've never been there and you kind of want to go, I would say maybe try and get there in the next 6 months.
Now would be the time.
Now would be the time if you want to experience Casa Bonita.
My favorite thing was, and I'm showing the chat now, you found there's a joust there that you say is in really good condition.
I know, like if this place shuts down.
Yeah.
So they've got Joust, Pac-Man, Defender, a bunch of classic video games, but the guts have been taken out and replaced with at least new monitors. And you can tell on a couple of these, in the corner of the Centipede game, I actually sent you a photo where you can actually see the corner label of whatever monitor they used for the display. So it's been basically the
Oh yeah, there it is. That's so crazy to me.
yeah, basically the guts have been taken out, or at the very least just the monitors have been taken out, replaced with new monitors. But the cabinets, pristine condition. No, you gotta have some cigarette burns on there, scratches, a partially jammed token in there that's never gonna come out without taking the whole thing apart. And it's absolutely, amazing the quality of these things. Obviously redone, but if this place shuts down, I might go and see how much they're going to be getting rid of those games for.
Yeah.
But
Nicole in the chat room says that the DLC for the South Park game, I'm not sure which one, if she means Stick of Truth or the newer one, but they have a whole DLC that's about a visit to Casa Bonita.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be a thing to look at.
That
Brian.
might be alone a reason for me to play whatever game.
Those games are good, actually. Stick of Truth was amazing. That was a great game. Oh, is it the newer one? Okay,
Oh,
that's
I
why I
know.
didn't remember it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the newer one, the Mad Butthole or whatever it's called. What's it called?
They're the fractured but whole.
Fractured Butthole.
fractured,
butthole.
whole.
Yeah, fractured
Yes.
butthole. Got it.
There it is right there. So I'm looking at video of this thing right now.
I mean, you'd think that the South Park connection alone would keep that place alive forever, but maybe not.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is, you're looking at this gameplay walkthrough. This is absolutely what it's like inside Casa Bonita. I'm going
Yeah.
to put a link in the chat room to this video, but it is.
Won't that be extra sad though if it goes away? Because South Park,
It will be.
You know, they love it. Obviously.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
They're into it. Oh yeah, look, there's a bunch of videos that are like, here's a walkthrough of the actual real Casa Bonita from South Park. Brian,
Yeah.
you should do one of these. You should do one. Why not?
I should because I mean it is. Just looking at this thing, it is so authentic. Holy cow!
Yeah, they have there's a whole episode in season 7 that's all about it. I may have to.
Oh yeah. He's the one where Cartman doesn't get invited to the birthday party.
Right.
Butters' birthday party, so he locks Butters in a bomb shelter and goes in his place or something. And
Right. And Cartman it's his favorite place in the world, which is South Park's way of saying it's terrible because Cartman, you can't like something Cartman likes.
right
Anyway.
now, the sopapillas. Okay, maybe not. Tina's like turned into a big sopapilla snob because of all of her trips to New Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's like, these aren't as good as they used to be. And I'm like, I think they're just fine.
Yeah.
But she
Did you have them last night then?
so-
You did have them.
Oh, of course we had them because you get them with everything.
Yeah.
No matter what you order, you get unlimited sopapillas at the end of the meal.
All right.
So the trick is to get as little as you have to get to get to the sopapillas. That's the trick. That's the trick.
So did you go point apocalypse or what'd you do there last night?
No, actually, I did pretty well. I did green chili smothered bean burritos. So basically, the green chili's just about free. The tortilla was a few points, but the beans and veggies and stuff like that were 0 points. So
nice. Beans are no
relatively-
points? I would have thought beans would be points. No?
no, especially black beans. That's like, I know a lot of people hate black beans, but like if you do
I don't mind them.
black beans stuff, it's like super. Well, black beans themselves are 0 points. Refried beans are like 2 or 3 points for a can's worth.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you're not eating a whole can of refried beans.
No.
But they're super cheap.
Well, that's good. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I like
I've
black.
been loving.
I have to have black beans with other stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Eating it alone is.
Oh
kind
yeah,
of a
you
nightmare.
can't just like open a can of black beans. But like if you do a salad, throw some corn, some black beans, some cilantro on there, and boom,
Yeah.
boom, diggity.
Can I pour out all of the District 9 liquid that's in the black bean?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that
Yeah.
stuff's gross.
Dude, I picked up a thing from Amazon, and I'm all about the bizarre kitchen gadgets.
Yeah.
This thing is a can strainer, so it's like the size of a can. It's a little plastic cover that goes on the end of the can. So you open the can, you put this little plastic cover on it, and then tip the can upside down, shake the heck out of it, and then you can even like put some water in there and rinse stuff out. It's so much better than using the can lid to strain stuff or use like a separate strainer or things like that. We've been using this thing like crazy, and it's like fits in a drawer, teeny tiny.
Huh.
Here, I'll put a link in the.
Put it in the chat. I've never even heard of it.
It's Tina, who gets tired of my kitchen gadget purchases, says, "All right, this is actually really cool. This is a really cool thing."
All right.
Let's see. I'll put the one on that I picked up.
All right.
Here it is. Sorry for the slowness. Sorry.
It's all right. My camera shrunk
on.
for some reason.
Come on, there it is. Okay, I'll put in the chat room.
Okay.
This thing is the PrepWorks by Progressive Can Colander Can Strainer Vegetable Fruit blah 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 blah.
Oh, yeah, look at
But
this.
what's cool is, so you put those, put that over the lid of the can, and then you can just kind of, dump out all the juice, all the District 9 black juice.
Yeah.
You flip it over if you open a can of tuna because that's a little bit bigger, and you press that thing down in it, and then flip it over, and it drains the tuna.
Tuna's a great use.
Yes.
I'm getting one. What are these? $4?
$4. It is a no-brainer.
Yeah, I'm getting this. Add item to cart. Okay, I have to buy something else with it because it's an add-on, but I'll do it later.
But next time you purchase something, it'll.
Oh, they have little collapsible ones too. Those are cool. Little.
I can't
deals.
speak to the collapsible ones, Scott. But,
no.
Oh, the collapsible colanders. Yeah, actually, we do have one of those.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't think that's a can size one. I think those are the bigger ones.
Let's see. Space Saver colander set, 2 foods, strainers for draining pasta, washing fruits, cleaning veggies.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't tell how big these are. They might be big.
I think those are bigger. I think those are like the big collapsible colanders. Again, which are great things. We have one ourselves that we use for whatchamacallit, for like spaghetti and other pasta.
I'm always cracking a can of tuna and trying to figure out a better way
and
to
see,
do
I
it.
hate doing the whole like using the can lid.
Yeah.
Because sometimes stuff comes out. It's a pain in the butt. It's like,
Yeah.
oh no, just boom, plop it right on there, flip it over, boom.
Should I be worried that the other day I did a can of tuna and in there was like one of the little chunks of tuna kind of had a red streak through it, like a vein sort of thing? Should I have worried about that? I went ahead and ate it, but
no,
it's
no
fine.
reason to worry about that at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure
All
it's
right.
fine. I don't know.
I've been thinking about it since.
I probably would have tossed it, but hey, whatever.
Hey, you do you, right? You do you. All right. Hey, well, it's that time of day where we have a little fun and give some prizes away.
That's right.
And
Let's get Dunaway.
I got to get Dunaway in the call. He likes his French fried taters. Mm-hmm. All right. He is being added, and we are being watched very carefully. So we're going to do this. Here we go. Let it go today. Hey, it's Brian Dunaway here for Battle Royale. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hi, it's so nice to have you
Hi.
here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Hey, the sun is shining. It's sunny outside. The sun is shining, and it's all the way up to 40 degrees.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
I would love 40-degree weather. That would be amazing.
Woo. It's a scorcher today.
Hold on a second. SLC weather. I want to see what we're at today. We are currently sitting at 35 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not bad. Only 5 away from where you are. And that's 2 degrees Celsius. And it looks like a high of 44 on Sunday. Woo! You know what that means?
Short south.
You know what that
Jeez.
means? That just means some horrible storm is coming, is what that means. That's always what happens.
Right.
It gets warm,
Right.
it'll go warm. Oh, it's a beautiful day, and then just a
Friday
giant...
is going to be our crap weather day, and then it's like 57 over the weekend. It's crazy.
Oh, it's nuts. Well, congratulations to us
Well,
all
I
for
hope
having
you
good
have
weather.
a great Martin Luther King weekend.
Me too.
I am off on Monday myself.
Oh.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be a good day for everybody. We have on the line a participant in today's Battle Royale. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Lois Haley.
Hello, it's Lois, you say?
Well, it's Lois. It's Taffy,
Lois.
Taffy guy's wife.
Right.
This is Taffy guy.
Right. It sounds like you're in a car taking a load of taffy somewhere.
Just dropped off a junior taffy.
Ah, see? little Taffy Jr. I'm into it.
A little tafflet.
Well, it's good to have you on the program. I'm going to now say that Brian Ibbett should explain to you these rules and how this game works and what you could win. Brian?
Well, that's right. Lois, I'm going to be giving Scott and Brian Dunaway a topic, and they're going to go back and forth with answers for that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, or they repeat an answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win is going to go to the other player. Your job is to predict who is going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you are playing for the carryover prizes from Monday, which include Octodad Deadliest Catch, World of Goo, and Mushroom 11. To that, we are adding a couple more prizes. This one's huge. Just Cause 3 Double XL edition. Ooh, that's huge. You can tell from the double XL. And No Time to Explain, which is a great... Oh, never mind. We'll get to that later.
All right. I get it. I get it.
Get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
That was really good.
Yeah.
That was excellent. All right. Well, it sounds like there's some fun stuff in here for your husband as well, by the way. So you have to share if you win.
That's right.
What?
Your
Why do I
topic...
have to share?
Yeah, she's doing the work. She gets the games.
All right.
If,
You make the call. That's fine.
If Taffy Guy wanted to get these games, he should have called in.
That's right.
Today's topic was submitted by Steven Sforza, And I had to do a little bit of research myself on this because there are a couple different lists. So I've kind of gotten the best of the two different lists together. These are the RIAA certified best-selling soundtracks of all time. So United States sales soundtracks, the best-selling soundtracks of all time.
And soundtracks exclusive to movies, not television or anything else, just movies.
Just movie soundtracks,
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Brian, does that make sense to you there, Dunaway?
I think I got that.
All right.
Of all time?
Yeah. Of all time.
All time.
Of all the time ever.
Like those sweet Mozart albums from back yore?
Well,
Like,
if those were soundtracks to movies.
Did Mozart do a soundtrack to something?
of course he did. That's all he ever did. He was just, what do you want to do this week? Gotta make some soundtracks. Cool, yo.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
That's how
he was like, we're
that's
not
how he
going
spoke. He
to
wore that cool
movies
powdered wig. No, wait, I'm thinking of Falco.
Yeah, you're thinking of Falco. Good job.
Yes. And maybe that helps you, Lois. I don't know. Helps you decide who to go for, which horse to back in this race.
Yeah. Who do you think wins and who do you think should go first?
Well, I think Dunaway should go first, and I think Scott is going to win.
Oh, look at the faith she has thrown behind
But I'm going to
me.
need some reasoning for that. No, okay. I don't need to
Because
Mozart.
Because
Yeah,
he
Mozart.
said Mozart?
Mozart, yeah.
Right.
Well
Mozart.
done.
You
I'll
didn't say
say
Mozart.
one
you said
word.
Mozart.
Yeah.
Mozart.
He's a big
Right.
fan of Bach and Mozart.
Mozart.
Yep. And Beethoven.
Beethoven.
Yeah, Beethoven.
Right.
Beethoven.
All right. So I'm going to start.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with, last time I was going to go with older stuff, but I was proven wrong to go with newer stuff. How about the soundtrack to A Star Is Born?
A Star Is Born.
The new one or the old one?
A Star Is Born.
All right, now this is one of those that was on another list, but not on the main list that I was linked to.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it to you. It's somewhere around the 5 million mark.
Okay.
And by the way, we're taking the top 20.
Right.
It's somewhere around the 5 million mark, which puts it right around the 18 to 20 range here. So I will.
Was it the older or new one?
It was the Barbra Streisand.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. The
Of
older
course,
one.
that's the one you meant. Sure.
Of course,
Sure.
totally meant to do that. That's what I was.
1977, 76, I think. No, earlier than that, 75. Anyway.
Okay, I'm
Got
gonna
away with one there.
I'm gonna go the Titanic soundtrack with the
Oh,
my-
that's a
Titanic
good one.
soundtrack.
My
Number 6 on the list, 1997, 11 million units sold.
My heart will go on. Right?
Your
Must
heart
go
shall.
on,
Yes.
will go on, might go on.
My heart will go on.
Okay. Why is that old lady throwing her stuff into the water? That's the name of that song. All
I know
right.
it's illegal.
Yeah, that's true. Nothing she's up to is good.
Nothing. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Dunaway, give me another one.
All right, the only all right, so I'm gonna go with Dirty Dancing because every girl I've ever dated has had a copy of that.
Whoa.
Sure,
Whoa.
right? You got your Patrick Swayze singing "She's Like the Wind" through the trees, and
Yeah.
that "Hungry Eyes," Eric Carmen, and "Had the Time of Our Lives." Number 5 on the list, 1987, 11 million units sold.
It's not great in retrospect. It's kind of bad, all of it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You're not gonna get any dates.
Whatever. Hey, check this one out. How about Grease?
Grease, it's the word. It's got a move, it's got a feeling, and it sold 8 million units, putting it at number 11 on the list.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
All right. All right.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I got a secret one in my pocket for this.
You got a secret one in your pocket?
Yeah, because I know people who were in it, and so I
Right.
happen to know more about it. So I'm saving it
It
until you
sounds
screw
like
up.
my theory here is that most of the well-sold soundtracks seems to be panning out here are usually movies based around music, musicals and that kind of stuff. Not like I just don't think Star Wars is up there with hot-selling albums, even though it's one of my favorite soundtracks. How about we go with Saturday Night Fever?
Saturday Night Fever, you think? That whole
thing
Bee
took
Gees?
place- I don't like the way you said that.
That whole Bee Gees
I'm
thing?
I'm going back. No, yeah, I'm going to go with Saturday Night Fever.
Well, you can tell by the way I move my walk. That album, 16 million units, putting it at number 2
good.
on the list. So, of course, yeah, Saturday Night Fever.
All right.
Number 2?
Yeah,
Number two.
Wow.
I'm gonna say, let it go, let it go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Frozen.
Frozen, also a good one to choose. Only on one of the two lists that I looked at, surprisingly.
I look like this list. It looks just like me.
That's what you guys focus on. Only on one of the two lists that I looked at, putting it about $4 million. So also putting it in that that 18 to 20 range.
Okay.
So I will take it. There's going to be like 5 or 6 movies between eight lists 18 and 20 or items 18 and 20 on
I
the
guess
list.
I'm just a little shocked that one's not higher because that thing was just so ubiquitous especially for kids.
Yeah.
Just everybody had it, and I'm thinking just the movie everybody had, but
right.
I've got 2 more good ones, and I'm going to start this flailing, and I can't decide which one of these did better.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with one of my favorite albums, the Footloose album soundtrack.
Footloose.
Now that's a good one to choose. 1984, 9 million copies, putting it number 8 on the list.
Ooh.
I bought one of those. I had that.
Really? Very good.
Did you kick off your Sunday shoes while you listened to it?
I did. Yeah, I went down to Lehigh, the Lehigh Roller Mills, and hung out where he danced, where Kevin Bacon danced.
Nice, good.
All right. I seem to remember Purple Rain being very big for Prince, the soundtrack
Purple
for Purple
Rain was very big for Prince. 1984 sold 13 million units. It is number 3 on the list.
But that one sold. Not, you know what? Way more people own that album than went and saw the movie.
Doesn't matter. Still soundtrack. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what? That's no argument because the album is way better than the movie. The movie's okay. The soundtrack is fantastic. Are you making popcorn, by the way?
Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I do this when I'm talking. I've got a wireless headset. I walk around and I'm tapping the top of my cup.
It does sound like popcorn.
It does sound like
these. I don't know if you know this, but these make me really anxious. These trivias. So I have to walk around to get the get it out a little bit.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
so,
okay. Actually, it's making me hungry for popcorn. All right, Scott,
good.
back to you.
All right.
No, did he just use?
No,
that?
I just did.
He
Yeah,
did
it's-
purple. I'm sorry, he did purple.
Yeah.
Brian, back
Right.
to you.
Oh crap! Now I forgot where I was at. Oh, my other good one. Well, actually, while I was thinking about that one, I thought of even a better one than that, because with the Prince connection. But I'm gonna stick with what I had. Now, this album I really loved. I listened to the crap out of "Take My Breath Away" off the Top Gun.
Take my
Album.
breath away.
I mean, that thing was like that album was like there was so many hits coming off that thing for like years. It seemed like.
That's right, Danger Zone. But of course, who can forget the biggest hit of them all, Hanging with the Boys,
Hanging with the Boys.
which is the soundtrack to many a volleyball game.
Yep.
1986 sold 9 million, putting it at number 9 in the list. Very good choice.
Nice.
All right.
Back to Scott.
I still have my little ace up the sleeve, but I'm going to try one that
You better use it. You're gonna say something dumb, and you're gonna lose a prize for somebody.
my sisters couldn't stop playing I Will Always Love You from Whitney Houston. So I think The Bodyguard probably did all right.
The Bodyguard didn't just do all right. That is the best-selling soundtrack of all time because of that. I Will Always Love You.
Oh, you're kidding
And what's
me.
great about it, not only does it give constant royalties to Dolly Parton, who did the original version of that and wrote the song, but Nick Lowe, one of my favorite musicians, because a cover of What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding is on that album, and it's not by Elvis Costello. It's not the Brinsley Schwartz original, the Nick Lowe original. It's a different version. He's got enough royalties. Basically, he said, "Oh yeah, that Bodyguard album bought me a new house."
Oh my
So-
gosh.
So here's the secret, kids. Write a hit song that gets covered and put into a movie. That is the way as we do it. 18 million units sold via the RIA, triple platinum. That makes it the number 1 album on the list here.
Kevin Costner
Right.
doing what he do.
That's right.
Doing
exactly.
what he do.
Garden Bodies.
All right. I'm getting kind of thin here, but I'm gonna go with one of my other favorites because we talked about it earlier. It was with Prince on it. That Batman soundtrack with
Which one was
all
that?
the-
Batman.
Right, that was the one with Jack Nicholson.
mm-hmm.
Yes, great bat dance on there, and
Yes. I don't like it. Sounds like a couple of things. Yeah, that was interesting. We're talking about it. I'm going to pick something else. And no, I'm going with the Batman soundtrack. 'Cause I think you're fooling with me.
I'm not fooling with you. Did not even make the list, but I want to double check this because I know that did well. I want to see certifications here. It sold only 2 million units in the United States. Nope.
Did that also have that? What's
Leave
this guy?
with a smile.
Who was the guy with all the zits? Or the pock marks? And he had a Batman song that was a Seal. Is that the one with Seal on it?
No, that was Batman and Robin that had "Kiss from a Rose."
That's a great song.
Right. Or was that from Batman?
They've been forever. Probably forever.
Might have been forever.
No, I like Seal a lot.
Oh my goodness! We didn't pick any James Bond films.
Listen, I'm going to tell you the one I had.
They always had great singles, but the albums I don't think probably sold too well.
Can I tell you the two aces in the hole I had here?
Batman Forever was the Kiss from a Rose, and I'm curious to see before we do that chart positions. Boy, it doesn't even give me an RI certification on. Oh, here we go. No, that doesn't give me an RI certification. Yeah, I don't know how many copies this sold, but that probably means it did not even make it onto the gold or platinum status.
Okay, back in 1995, I remember somebody saying out loud on some news show or something that Forrest Gump sold a ton of records because it had all that 60s rad stuff on it.
It sure did. Number 4 on the list, Forrest Gump.
And then tell me if this other ace in the hole is on there. This is the one I was holding on to because my niece is an extra in it. My niece, April. She was in High School Musical. And
nope.
What?
Not on the list. Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was being so clever with that.
That would have been a great ace in the hole to use, but boy, I'm glad you didn't.
Is it really not? I'm surprised by that.
It really isn't. No, here's rounding out your top 20. You mentioned Forrest Gump. Same year, the Lion King soundtrack, 10 million units, the best-selling Disney soundtrack of all time. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? 8 million units. Waiting to Exhale. The Little Mermaid, Pure Country, Flashdance. Space Jam.
Space Jam? Oh, yeah. I believe I can fly. That thing sold the whole album right there.
It did. It basically did. The Big Chill, another one that was like all oldies, but sold really well because of it. City of Angels, probably just because of that Goo Goo Dolls song.
I had that one too.
Yeah.
The Jazz Singer, and Evita.
Okay, here's the question then.
Yes.
According to, I just Googled it just now. The Independent says... High School Musical 2006, various artists, copies sold 4 million. Is it because they're not an RIAA certified thing? Is that the kicker?
Well, let's take a look here. Is that worldwide?
Well, it says just 4 million. It doesn't say. I just clicked the first link that came up 2 seconds ago, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It says notable song was Breaking Free, copies sold 4 million. High School Musical 2006, various artists. That's all it says.
Certifications, United States. Actually, according to Wikipedia, it says quadruple platinum, 5 million, but and verified by the RIAA, but it was not on the list for whatever reason. I'm not sure why it wasn't on the list, because that would have put it. Actually, that would have put it around 21, 22.
You know what? It just hit me. I'll bet it's because it's a TV movie, not a theater movie. That's got to be.
Wasn't it a theater movie?
I don't think so.
No. I thought it was just on the Disney Channel.
Yeah,
it was just Disney Channel.
Yeah, Disney Channel movie.
That's probably
it's original
that
movie. That might be it.
Wow, look at me with my bad idea. That would have.
You know what this is like, Scott? This is like winning the game and then going back and going, "Hey, I need more points."
It is a little like that. But I am happy to report that you are a winner.
Congratulations.
Yay.
You're a winner.
That is to say, Lois, the taffy lady, is the winner, and you will get all this stuff. You just got to email Brian, coverville@gmail.com, and he will hook you up. Congratulations, and eat all the taffy you have. All right.
That's right. So Work in Progress says the album was number 1 on the Billboard Albums chart for 6 consecutive weeks. That doesn't matter. It has sold over 11 million copies worldwide. Again, doesn't matter. It's the RIA does American certification, and that's what we were going from on this one. So
Right,
I don't know.
That made it more interesting. I'm glad you did it that way. It made it a more interesting contest.
My theory was totally wrong, though, because I was thinking, I was graced that A Star Is Born because I thought it was going to be all like new stuff, like Guardians of the Galaxy, and I thought it was going to be another Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no Marvel.
Away, but
probably of the Marvel films, it would have been Guardians of the Galaxy. Would have been the
that would have been huge, right?
Would have been huge.
Yeah.
Probably of all the Marvel movies, the one that probably sold most copies of the soundtrack, just because it wasn't score.
I also think we live in an era where nobody's buying as many soundtracks as they used to because it's all streaming. They'll just get it that way. They'll get it on YouTube or something. Like, there's just no reason. Like, I have zero reason other than my rad Christmas gift to worry about soundtracks because it's all going to be on, Apple Music or Spotify or something. Brian got me the Buster Scruggs CD. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, wasn't that nice?
There's all sorts of bonus stuff in the booklet too, like the booklet and inserts and stuff like that too, isn't there? Or is it
there
just,
totally is, which is why I like
yeah.
it. It's right over here.
Cool.
It's one of my favorite things ever.
It looked like a really cool album.
It is cool, and it's a good movie, and it's also what a weird time we live in. It's a Netflix movie of all things, and it's eligible
Brother
for.
That was number 10 on the list. So those Coen brothers, they know their soundtracks, they know their musical coordinators to pick.
Well, as Bill Treve said in that movie, that's a mighty fine picking and a singing. All right, Bill. I was going to call you Bill
Get out of here,
Treve.
Bill.
Hey, Bill. It's Brian Dunaway. He is here, and he's getting used to it. Hey, next Monday you'll be maybe boop again because you'll be off that day.
Again. I'm totally down. I'll be off that day, and
All right.
I'm looking forward to booping it up.
Me as well. In the meantime, if you want to follow Brian around, you can also check him out on Film Sack this weekend, and as always on Twitter at the Brian Dunaway. Take it easy and be good. Goodbye. All right. Well, that leaves us zero time for news. That's okay, though, because we had a lot to say at the top of the thing about Casa Bonita and my kids fighting over office space.
Exactly.
And we got a winner, and so who do we care? We don't care. This is great.
Exactly. We'll save the news. The news can wait.
Yeah, the news can wait till tomorrow. We'll have a whole new set for tomorrow, and that's fantastic. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom's Tech Time and Recommentals with Nicole, who's already hanging out in the chat. It's nice to see her. Before all of that, though, a little musical break. Brian will explain it, and we'll take it.
That's right. By the way, this Indie in the Middle is brought to you by Coverville. Today on the show. That's all right. Hey, I'll wedge this in wherever I can. Brought to you today by Coverville. Today on the show, Crash. Geez, Louise, already blew it. Crash Test Submarine. It's the 50th anniversary of the release of the Beatles' Yellow Submarine album. So, speaking of movie soundtracks, only side one is singles. The rest of it is all George Martin musical score. So, to round everything out, we'll also celebrate the birthday of the lead singer Brad Roberts of the Crash Test Dummies. So expect some weird covers of the Crash Test Dummies and by the Crash Test Dummies.
I love those guys. They're great.
I do too, as well as solo Brad Roberts. The dude really talks like that. It's like, once there was this kid. He really talks like, hey, I'm Brad Roberts, and you're,
I love it.
It's exactly what it sounds like. All right. Let's get to today's In the Middle. This one comes to us from Hawaii. Folk, country, and soul all kind of mishmashed into a little Hawaiian dish by a psych rock band, another psych rock band. This one called Divining Rod. Miyuki Furtado is the guy behind this, multi-instrumentalist Miyuki Furtado, but he's been inspired by folks like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, British folk music, American country, rock and roll, everybody. This is great stuff. The brand new album is called Return to Crystal Cove. This is the lead-off single, The Silver Ship.
All right, check it out. Also, if next time you're at Casa Bonita, make sure you order the Milky Furtado. It's really good. It's fantastic. All right, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Люби меня, люби, ночью и днем, ярким огнем.
Yeah, at the old place I had gas, and that was great.
This is the morning stream. That's some sweet weed, man.
All right, we're back. For those curious, that was one night I was just surfing around the IRL stuff and Twitch just to kind of see who we're up against, because there's a lot of talk shows we do here. TMS is in that category, so I just thought, let's go see what's going on with people. And I ran into some Russian lady who just sits and does that.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there any sort of back? I guess no. We would have heard background music. She's
Nope.
just singing.
She's just
Okay.
going, and it's all in Russian, and I don't know any songs that she's doing. So I just hit record while she was doing one of them and thought, you know what? That's going to make it onto the show somehow. I didn't know how, but
Nice.
there it is. All right. Well,
Very good.
all well and good. All's well in the world. Let's get everyone's favorite Ace Detect all up in it.
That's right. Fresh from CES. I don't know about fresh, but
Yeah.
from CES.
Probably not that fresh. Although, well, I don't know. I mean, he's been home since. He's probably fresh by now. He's all right.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But he's
Refreshed.
also, he's probably refreshed, ready for whatever the world has next for Tom Merritt, the world's tech maven, who is ringing away and not answering as we wait for the arrival of one.
The
Tom
irony
Merritt.
of that Tom did not pay his cellular phone bill and cannot answer the call.
Indeed. All right, I'm going to save and text him just to make sure all is well. Here we go. Hi there. You coming? I just did current beat with him last night, so I know he's alive.
Mm-hmm.
Alive and well. Yeah, he's never stale, Zoe. You're right.
This is very true.
I'm in agreement there. All right, let me re-add him. This is the thing with a live show. Sometimes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to do it this way.
He, he's not used to the whole switch up of the no song in the middle. He's like listening for some psych rock and he's not getting it.
He might. Yeah, actually, I didn't think about that. He's in the shower right now going, where's the music? Where's the music? There's no music.
No music. No mic.
So I put up a tweet. I think it may have been on the political account, but it was of because I was looking at your sign again.
Yeah. Yes, I saw it was the Hasselhoff.
Yeah. Hamburger. Because that seems like the perfect term for what he was eating, is a hamburger.
He was absolutely eating a hamburger.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you? All right, hold on. I think I see him. Let me hit record.
Okay.
Hey, look at this, everybody.
With the computer, as with any tool, the concept and direction must come from the man.
That man that I mentioned, well, I don't, but that guy's voice did, is none other than Tom Merritt of the Daily Tech News Show. Tom Merritt, good morning and welcome.
Sorry I'm running a couple minutes late, you guys. I'm just very broken up about the layoffs in Japan.
Oh, what happened? Did something happen? Who got laid off?
Well, around 120 plus robots have been laid off from Japan's Henna Hotel.
Oh.
That's the robot hotel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on here. You're right. Look at this. Japan's robot hotel fires half of its robotic workers. Well, what happened? What's going on?
They just weren't very good at their jobs, apparently.
They were terrible, it turns
But
out.
they were very good at being robots, weren't they?
They weren't even very good at being robots in this report.
Wow.
The in-room assistants kept waking up in the middle of the night being activated by snoring.
Yeah.
The concierge bots couldn't answer most of the questions. The check-in robots frequently needed human help to finish checking people in. And the luggage robots could only make it to 24 of the 100 rooms in the hotel.
Wow. Okay. Well, with half the staff, I assume that means probably no more assistants. But then they've got a problem getting people's luggage to rooms if they've laid off a bunch of them. Are people even going?
Well, maybe they just keep the ones who could make it to the 24 and they have humans take it to the rest. They don't need as many to just hit 24 rooms, I guess. I don't know.
Do they still have the Velociraptor with the freaking stupid hat at the check-in desk?
I love that. The check-in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure if the Velociraptor made the cut.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, here it is. Others on the chopping block. 2 Velociraptors positioned at check-in were also decommissioned.
So they both did. They both got cut. Okay.
It says because human workers essentially had to do their jobs for them and photocopy guest passports manually anyway. So they're like, well, we'll just have people. It's almost as if this was a bad idea.
Well, okay. It's easy for us to stand outside and say, stupid robot hotel, why did you even bother trying? Look at you, failure.
Yeah.
And in Japan, that's going to cause a lot of bowing and apologies. But
sure.
I do think that, hey, you know what? Why not? Why not try it? And this is how we learn. We try things and we fail. So I'm personally not gonna make fun of the Henna Hotel for trying. Maybe they overreached, but hey, 120 or so robots kept their jobs. Scott, what about that?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, glass half full.
Yeah,
right.
I need to look at the positives here.
Actually, half full.
I'd bid on an eBay auction for one of these guys, or do they get sent somewhere else? Are they going to go work as robots somewhere else, or is this it?
That's a great question. I mean, nobody's covering that side of the story. What happens to these robots?
All those overseas robots taking our domestic robots' jobs.
When we visit Tokyo next, will we see them under the bridge, begging for drops of oil?
Yeah, for drops of oil, or a quick charge off somebody's freaking Anchor portable charger.
Just a couple watts is all I need.
That's all I need. Beep, boop, beep. Yeah, this is a funny, what a funny little story. I remember when this happened, and I remember thinking to myself, all right, well, let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
And now we kind of know how it goes. And it's fine. I love Japan for this.
And honestly, one of the things that they ran into is replacing the defective robots wasn't cost effective.
Yeah.
So, again, this is how you learn this kind of stuff is you try it and you're like, okay, robots are good at doing these things. They're not quite there. And the robots that they bought in 2015 to build the hotel are now greatly outdistanced. If anything, the idea is just too early.
Yeah.
The robots, we haven't reached that level where we know what robots are capable of because advances in robotics keep happening at a great clip.
Yeah.
So, honestly, the smart move would be to wait a couple years and open up a robot hotel across the street that has the newer robots that work.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? You in?
I'm in. I'm totally in.
I'll go fund that.
Yeah, I'm ready to go fund them. GoFundThem.com. Hey,
That's where you point people to donate to other folks.
Other places.
Don't give it to me.
GoFund them.
GoFundMe they should buy that URL and have it auto resolve to GoFundMe. But Icor in the chat says they're now serving drinks in Jabba's sail barge. I love that idea. That'd be great.
Yeah, they got jobs at Tokyo Disneyland for the new Star Wars exhibit.
See,
I like that idea.
Yeah, why not? You could
That
dress
actually
these.
is not bad.
Yeah, they look like
Disneyland. I don't think is in Tokyo per se, but whatever. Yeah,
it's close.
Are they doing? Is Tokyo also doing the Star Wars?
They call it Tokyo Disneyland, right?
Do all the Disneys do it to have the Star Wars land, or I thought it was just here.
I've only heard about California and Florida getting.
I think
the
they're
Star
all
Wars thing
going
initially.
to get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the schedule is, except for France because they hate fun.
Okay. So, do you worry?
Wow.
I mean, look, I know Patrick well enough to know that Tom is speaking the truth.
True though.
Yeah, it's the truth.
I mean, it's not.
Actually,
you're
the
not
robots
wrong.
from Japan are going to go to France and go on strike.
Oh,
So
great! That'd be perfect.
They have, they have a future in the Yellow Jacket Revolution.
I don't want to fight robots in that. That's a
yeah,
bad idea.
That's what's gonna win it.
Oh
for the Yellow
gosh,
Jacket protest.
Macron will just or Macron, however you say his name, he'll just resign. That'll be it. He'll be like, all right, I give up. The robots are in yellow jackets now. We're screwed.
And the first robot president of the French Republic
is a raptor that worked in Japan.
coming soon. A Velociraptor check-in robot. I may not be able to check you in, but I can run this republic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they probably could get that one, the Velociraptor, over to the Universal Studios for the Jurassic Park ride, right?
Sure,
I mean,
why
that
not?
one.
Sure, yeah,
that
that's
one
right
can
down
get
the road.
repurposed.
Yeah.
Maybe have him check people into the ride,
Yeah.
since he's been
Doesn't seem
trained.
to be a strong suit, Brian. I don't know.
Yeah, that seems like the thing he got fired for. But all right, I'd be all into everything we're talking
Can
about.
you imagine
here.
how that interview goes?
Oh my
So
gosh.
you're applying for the check-in position. What's your previous experience?
Yeah.
Not checking people in at the Henna Hotel. Next.
Yeah. Do you have any references? Like the guy would have
Oh,
terrible
Chris
references.
Pratt here will vouch for me.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt. Well, all right then. That's fun. I like this news. This will be fun to talk about today, in conjunction with many other stories, of course, on the Daily Tech News Show. I'm back finally.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
yeah. We
month
got
of
new
January.
YouTube policies against harmful challenges and pranks. We've got new iPhone battery cases for your 10s and such, and the Motorola Razr coming back for $1,500.
Ooh. Well, all right.
I will not be buying.
I will not either. Are they going to look the same? Or are they going to be like the
We
Volkswagen
don't know.
Bug, where it's a little more?
We don't know what
sleek?
they're going to look like yet. It's all yet to come.
But probably still a flip phone, yeah? Probably.
Yeah, it's going to be a foldable. Okay, this is a Wall Street Journal sources story. Motorola hasn't made the announcement, but the sources say it's going to be a foldable.
Man, those were so. They had their time in the sun, didn't they, with that phone?
They
back in the
were, in some respects, the iPhone of their time.
Yeah.
Although phones in general just weren't as hot back then. But the hot phone when the Razr came out was a Razr.
Yeah.
Eileen and I both got one.
Yeah. My wife had a pink Razr, and she loved that phone. Yeah.
It sounds like a gang.
Yeah,
Who's
no.
part of the pink
Razors.
Razors.
The pink razors. They look like nice ladies in the front, but in the back. Well, that doesn't make sense.
Ladies in the front, razors in the Razorbacks.
Yeah, Razorbacks. Yeah,
it's an Arkansas gang.
Perfect.
I get it.
Nailed it. It's an okay, because of the Razorbacks. Yeah, it took me just a second for me to get. Tom Merritt, Ace Detect on Twitter. I understand you and Molly Wood are making things again. You want to tell us about that?
That is true. That is not a rumor. That is true news. The opposite of fake news.
Wow.
Nice.
That's a phrase.
Real news.
Yeah.
Legitimate news. Yeah. Molly and I do It's a Thing again. Pretty much every week. You can check it out on Fridays. If you're a patron, you can listen in our Discord as we record it and chat along with us. It's all the details available at patreon.com/itsAthing.
That sounds fantastic. If you're not listening, go in there and listen. Tom Merritt, everybody. Take it easy. We'll see you this afternoon. Bye now. Bye now. All right. Nicole Spag, if you're not ready, it doesn't matter because I'm calling you.
Well,
it's happening.
That's right. Better hope her microphone's working.
Help, it's happening. We'll get her in here and make this a thing. It's all very exciting, except she's not answering. Oh, there she is. Oh, look who it is, everybody. It's everyone's favorite Nicole Spagnolo, all the way from Colorado. Hello.
It's me.
It's a me.
Hello. It's a me.
Barely edging out Nicole Eggers and Nicole
Richie.
What was Nicole Richie? Who's the one
Richie.
on Community? Nicole Brown.
Nicole Brown Simpson.
Simpson. Oh.
No. That's
Too soon.
No. The one on Community.
Nicole Francine.
All right. Well, never mind.
Gillipetti Jr.
You're our favorite Nicole, and that's all.
Oh well, thank you.
Yes. It's nice to have you here.
Happy to be a Nicole.
Oh, good. Well, she's here for what we call Recommentals. It's a little segment we do on the show where we talk about stuff we're watching on streaming services, and we mostly recommend them. Usually I definitely do, but today I got one I'm not sure I'm gonna. But we'll get to that.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know yet. I can't tell. I just can't tell.
Oh, see, I love that because I'm the one who says, "Well, I watched this and I can't really recommend it."
Yeah, it is usually you that does that. But speaking of usually you, it is usually you that begins this fun, and today's no different. Do you have a setup for your clip at all?
I do. So this is a woman getting a psychiatric evaluation.
Okay.
And she is an assassin, a hired assassin. And that's knowing that going into this, I think, helps you. So
I'm already interested already. Here you go. Let's check it out.
There are concerns about your state of mind.
Okay.
Have you been feeling any anxieties or stress recently?
I had quite a heavy period last week, but other than that, I think I'm okay.
Jeez.
When was the last time you worked?
Yesterday.
Was it a successful mission?
Yes. I shot him twice in the heart and watched the spark drain from his eyes.
Did you talk to him?
A little. He said he had children and offered me money.
What did you feel when he said those things?
Impatient.
She's fine.
Thank you.
I'm totally into this.
gosh.
What is this? I'm interested.
This is, nobody in the chat room got it. This is the brand new show, Killing Eve. Which is on.
Oh, yeah. Sandra Oh, right?
Sandra Oh, and that is Jodie Comer. Amazing show. We're a little more than halfway through it. And we cannot wait. This is the show that we're like, oh my God, I can't wait till we can watch more of this. You know, like we're wanting to just cut out everything else in our life and binge this.
Wow.
Sandra Oh is an American criminologist who is hired to track down this assassin named Villanelle. Perfect name for the villain of your TV show, Villanelle.
Yeah.
They should have just called her Evil Lynn.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. It's a BBC show that Hulu got the rights to put on their service. It is fantastic. Written by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who what else has she done? She did some other BC Broadchurch. Oh no, she was in Broadchurch.
In Broadchurch, yeah, I recognize that. face.
I'm looking to see what else because I know I've seen the name and I'm trying to remember. She was.
This is going to sound obvious, but Sandra Oh's having quite the year. She's doing all
She
right.
is.
Yeah.
Well, this was what she won for at the Golden Globes was for this show.
Sure.
And well deserved because she's really good in it, and the show itself is really, really good.
Yeah.
This is one of those shows too. By the way, it opens with a 5-minute sequence in a gelato shop that will either immediately hook you into the show or make you decide you don't want to watch it. And so that's a really good barometer. This isn't one of those like, all right, give it 3 episodes and see how you do. If you aren't transfixed by the end of the 5-minute scene, opening scene in the gelato shop, then you can go ahead and just go watch something else.
I am completely in just from the clip, so I'll bet I love it. I'll bet this is made for me because I love assassin, hitman, psycho killer stuff. Like not real life stuff, but I like TV and movie stuff about it. So I'm all in on this. This sounds great.
And the actress that plays Villanelle, there's something just I cannot look away from her. She is the facial expressions and her delivery of where you don't know what this person is doing. I haven't seen her on anything else. But she was in 13, the movie 13 in 2016. My Mad Fat Diary, she's a regular on. It's another BBC show.
I know her from something. It's going to drive me crazy. Let me see real quick here. Doctor, okay, that's cool. No, don't know. Yeah, I don't know why I know her. I have something about her, though.
Yeah.
There is a Law and Order UK? Is that a show? Oh my gosh!
I feel like I need to watch that.
Yeah, I do too.
So yeah.
Okay, well, whatever she's in, she is. There's something about her just on the face of her. It's just like, okay, she's creepy and weird and scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's great, and this show is great. So if you're not binging anything currently, start this one.
Okay, what's weird is she is only a year. She's a year older than my daughter. That's weird.
Yeah.
Weird. All right. Well, Brian, fantastic. I'm all in on this. In fact, I need to start something new that's cool. I think you got me.
There you go. Start this. You'll be hooked.
All right. Well, I'm going to play y'all a clip now that is, for some reason, eluding me in terms of where I put it. Hold on a second. Okay.
I emailed you my clip.
Oh, you did?
By the way, Scott. I did.
Nicole,
Whoa.
that's fantastic. I'm just kidding. It's not that. It's awesome that you
How
did.
forward thinking of you.
Yeah, it's totally fine. All right. Well, while I pull that up, let's play mine. This is a show that is currently streaming on Netflix in its entirety, as far as I know. I don't even know if it's still airing, but it's the only hint is it's a network TV show, and it's, well, whatever. I'll play it. You see me figure it out. Here you go.
It is the most barbaric assault targeting this department that I have seen.
Bring him in.
Answer me!
Hey, knock it off!
We're signing on here.
I came to you people for help, and nothing happened.
Say a prayer.
You okay?
I
I don't have a choice.
Call 911!
Wait, set up.
Oh my god.
All right. Any ideas?
No.
It's very.
It was just a collection of like sounds.
Yeah, right. It totally is. It's not very.
No descriptive anything.
It's very generic in terms of the trailer and that was the trailer for season 5. I think they're up to 9 or just finished 9, or that's where it ended at 9, or maybe 10's happening. I don't know. But my wife wanted a change because she just ripped through all the Gilmore Girls again for the second time, third time, whatever it is. And she was like, I need something kind of procedural and crimey. I said, okay, well, let's look around. And she doesn't want anything too gritty, but she wants something. And so she found Blue Bloods.
Oh, Blue Bloods, okay.
With not Marky Mark, with
his brother, Donnie Mark.
Donnie Wahlberg. Donnie
Wahlberg. Isn't Tom Selleck on that too?
Yeah,
or am I thinking
Tom
something?
Selleck is on that, yes.
Yeah.
He's the chief of
My
police.
least favorite new kid.
Yeah, he was an ugly new kid, but I actually like his acting better than his brother.
Yes, he's a good actor.
Yeah, I think he's more fascinating of an actor. I think his wife's a little nutty. He's married to what's her name? Who thinks nobody should get vaccinated? What's her name? Can't think of her name.
Jennifer.
No. Used to be a model. She was in Playboy once. Now everyone, for some reason, cares what
Jenny
she says.
McCarthy?
Jenny McCarthy, yeah. She's the one. Anyway.
She's on that new show, by the way. She's a judge on the The Masked Singer, which is like a total fever nightmare. If you watch,
I hear it's a train wreck, and I hear it's an excellent train wreck.
I cannot stop watching it.
Yeah.
I like
everybody. It's exactly what everybody says who's watching it is. It's a train wreck, but I can't stop watching it.
Well, and I watch it on Hulu, and I fast forward through the songs that are not so good because I just want to see who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
it's
I think Lady Gaga's in that mix. It felt like Lady Gaga was one of the singers.
She might be.
Yes.
Is it an NBC show? Because she probably would just slip over there from her voice duties. Oh, no, she doesn't do anything on The Voice. What am I thinking of?
Yeah, Lady Gaga doesn't have voice duties.
But yeah, Jenny McCarthy's a judge on that.
All right.
So.
Well, she's no judge for me. Anyway.
Not for Jim Carrey either anymore.
No, not anymore. But anyway, so what's the deal here? Oh, so it's Blue Bloods. It's about this family. They're basically multi-generational cops and DAs and stuff in this family. So the grandpa lives there. He was a cop back in the day in New York, and his son is now the police commissioner, who is played by Magnum PI there. So he's good at that part. He's kind of perfect for that. And then Donnie Wahlberg's like a detective. They've got a younger brother who's a street cop. He runs around with dude from NYPD Blue, Turturro's brother, John Turturro's brother, the other Turturro.
Oh, yeah.
The one that was
David Turturro. No,
something Turturro. Chris, Bill,
Jack Turturro.
Jim.
I know it's not Janice from The Sopranos.
No,
his sister.
No, that is his sister, isn't it?
Yeah,
that family's done all right. Anyway. So they're all running around doing their thing. The daughter is this DA. She's one of the assistant DAs there in the court system. And then everybody's got a job in law enforcement. That's just the deal with the family. And so it feels like all of them start with them at morning in the breakfast room or in the kitchen, hanging out and going, hey, whatever. Okay, we'll see you later. And then all day it's crimes and crimes and crimes. And it's a little 24-ish and a lot of, oh my gosh, we got to stop that bomb from going off. And then at night they get back together for dinner and they're all sitting around eating turkey going, well, I'm glad we all made it. Like, it's a little bit like that almost every episode. Kim really likes it. I don't know, man. It feels like this was made for somebody's grandma.
I wasn't really into it either.
Yeah,
so
it's just kind of.
I'm on the same page as you, Scott.
I think she likes it because it's throwaway entertainment. It's super dumb, but it's if you. I'll say this: if there are people out there that really like CSI or really like NCIS or any of those kinds of shows, that's one of these. And it's and apparently it did well because people like these. So I will say I think Donnie Wahlberg's really good in it. I'll throw that at him. And Tom Selleck doesn't have to do much. He just has to kind of look stoic a lot and serious faced and say some things and encourage people. And there's really not a lot going on there, but it's a thing. Go see it, I guess. I don't know if you're bored. If you're bored and you don't like what Brian recommended, maybe this is for you. So go look at that.
Yeah, exactly. If that first 5 minutes doesn't hook you in, then go watch Blue Bloods for Pete's sake.
Yeah, because there's some moments in there.
Can't handle good quality TV.
There are some moments in it where you're like, this is just dumb, okay fun. Like it's not the worst television you're going to watch, but it's not in the age we live in where people are really going places with television and story.
Yeah.
This plays everything very safe. So it's also a lot of New York cops that say. Jerk and sucks, like because nobody swears on this NBC drama, right?
I can't do those anymore.
Yeah,
I need my police dramas gritty and sweary.
Yeah, I feel like it just doesn't match. They've got the great accents and everything. Oh, what's funny, Brian, is they've got they have all these actors that are like on their guest spots, but it'd be like, oh, he's from Mr. Robot. Oh, I know that guy as the mobster from that porn show on HBO. What's that called?
Deuce. Yeah,
The Deuce.
The Deuce.
You know the guy that's kind of running all the peep show places? He's got all the money.
I haven't
in the
watched
mob.
any of The Deuce yet. It's actually next on my solo watching list because Tina doesn't want
You
to watch it.
watch that one on your own, man.
Yeah, I'm 2 episodes from the end of the last season of Iron Fist, which is great. I'm bummed, but I'm hoping that the Disney network thing or streaming service picks all those up.
They might, yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
But anyway, there you go. That's my thing. I guess sort of see it. I don't know. All right, hey, Nicole's got.
I'll watch it if you like blue or blood.
Yeah, blue or blood. You like blue? You like blood? Gotcha. Covered. All right, here is Nicole Spagnolo's submission. She sent it in the form of a link. I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to play it and see what happens. Okay, here we go. Playing. Whoops, I have to hit. Okay, there we go.
I have over 50 million followers on all my social media platforms.
You can just pick up your phone and you can show your talent to the world.
Instantly, you could be a recognizable face.
Everyone can have a voice on any subject. Everyone can be famous now.
You're on a high, and the likes are like the audience clapping. That's how lonely we are, that we're going on here and seeking validation from strangers.
Oh, I know what this is. I can't bring myself to do it, Nicole. I don't know how you did it.
It's hard to watch because this is our future.
Or our present, which is really worse.
This is a Netflix documentary. Actually, I have 2 recommendals today. This is a Netflix documentary called An American Meme.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or is it The American Meme?
It's the
American Meme.
Yeah.
And it follows, you heard Paris Hilton in there. The Fat Jewish is in this.
I've never heard of that person.
I think it's just
you've never heard of him?
Is it the Fat
I've heard of
Jewish
him
or just the
because
Fat Jew?
steals.
Is it just the Fat Jew?
I thought it was a Fat Jewish.
Oh. Didn't he got in trouble from? Yeah. He got in trouble.
All the comedians were like on his butt because
he stole jokes from somebody, right?
Yeah. And they addressed that in this documentary, and the perception of influencer and likes and like this whole mish of things that's been happening. And I'm going to piggyback this documentary with Hulu's documentary, The Fry Festival, that just came out. They came out 2 days before Netflix's Fry Festival documentary.
I'm so excited about the Fire Festival one. I'm so excited about that.
So Hulu is taking shots at Netflix by releasing their Fry Festival documentary like 3 days. I watched it a couple days ago, and I'm like, wait, is there a Netflix one too? And there is, but it doesn't come out until the 18th.
It's still the Fire Festival, by the way.
Yeah.
What did I say? Fry?
Yeah. Fry. You keep saying fry.
Whatever.
Which is a trademark of Nicole that I hope never changes.
Yeah,
so
me too. The Fry Festival.
Grunge. I'm sorry. I have to give big points to Grunge Do Terror in the chat room for saying the Fry Festival is what happened at the White House.
Yeah, very good. That was the Fry Festival.
No.
But also, I love the idea of a festival that's all like corn dogs and chips and fries and stuff. That sounds good.
But here's the thing. The guy that ran the Fire Festival, I've learned about him, like his mentality, and this mentality that has permeated the influencers and all of that, and why that kind of went wrong. And it is really interesting to watch these 2 documentaries kind of side by side, because you can see how the influencers are getting paid up to millions of dollars for a single post.
Yeah, they do really well.
And
he's still defending the Fire Festival too, right? Like he's still kind of saying, maybe we had a couple hiccups, but
no. He goes, they interview him in the Hulu documentary, and he admits. But
really?
You get to that interview and you understand how he got to where he, because it wasn't just like, I came up with the Fry Festival, the Fire Festival. But you also get experience with how he got introduced to Ja Rule, who gave him kind of leverage. He also, he made a company before this where he created these credit cards out of metal, and you basically, it was like a copy of your existing credit card, but you made it metal, and it came with like these benefits, and it's like fraud everywhere.
Extra bling, right?
Just fraud. Like
he's
robbing Peter to pay Paul, and he's selling tickets to Hamilton when he doesn't have tickets, and like this mentality of basically fake it until you make it. And I see this all over Instagram. And it's just really fascinating to watch these 2 documentaries side by side and see how it's like feeding the beast. And the Fat Jew
and also the Fat Jewish. Like he goes by both.
Yeah.
Somebody who's
so he talks about it. If you would have played that clip to the end, he's like, the time of the influencer is going to come to an end. And it's just really just a
Here's
weird
what I don't
mesh of
see,
this
and I would just say this as just a small aside. I think he's wrong about that. I think more accurately, his time as an influencer will come to an end, and there'll be a whole new round of other very temporary, very flash in the pan, very short-lived moment type people will take that place, and then they'll roll out. Like, none of this is about longevity. None of this is about staying above water for very long. It's all about boom, boom, boom. Get it while you can. Do it while you're attractive. Do it while you're pretty. Do it while you're in the bikini. Or if you're the guy, do it while you're funny. Do it while you're young. Do it all blah, blah, blah. Because there's going to come some point where people go, meh, I'm going to go somewhere else. Because I'll tell you what, kids don't give a crap. They're just like, I'm bored with this. They'll do that with whole platforms. They'll just go, I don't like Facebook anymore. Off, and they go to do something else.
Everybody loses. Yeah, everybody leaves. Yeah,
to me, it's fascinating. I find that whole thing fascinating, but I can't watch this. I can't bring myself to do it because it'll drive me crazy to listen to these people.
So from what I understand, between the two fire documentaries, the one from Hulu doesn't focus on the people that got taken. It focuses on, industry experts. It almost like looks at it like, what in the hell? How did this happen? So it's not rich kids whining in this documentary. I got the impression from the Netflix one, that's what that one is.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen it.
I can't wait to watch both of these.
Hasn't released. I was going to try to watch some of it this morning. I'm like, oh, it doesn't come out till the 18th.
Yeah.
So I feel like the Hulu one kind of looks at it from, because they actually interview some of the guy's former employees, and she's just like, this thing's a scam.
Yeah.
So it's from more of an outside view, like a true documentary of kind of the timeline of how this thing evolved. I didn't get that impression from the Netflix one, but I could be wrong. I haven't seen it yet. So, and the American Meme one is interesting because it talks about Vine and how there's a Vine star that they kind of feature.
The girl, right? With the black hair?
Yes,
yeah,
the girl.
I used
her
to see her
rise
on Vine.
and fall. And then she marries Tommy Lee Jones. And is it Tommy Lee
Not
Jones?
Tommy Lee Jones, no. She says, are you too old for me? And he says, I don't care. And then they got married.
I don't care.
I don't care. No, it's not Tommy Lee Jones.
I'm looking for my wife. Looking every hen house, outhouse, dog
you mean
house.
Tommy Lee, right? Tommy Lee, the drummer.
From Motley Crue.
Yeah, the drummer.
Motley Crue, sure.
It's not Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, no, I know who this is. I forgot her name, but I used to have her. I followed her on Vine when Vine was a thing, and she went from kind of nothing to huge, overnight. And then when Vine went away, I don't know if they'd cover this in there, but it seemed like she disappeared, just like poof.
They do.
Done.
They cover and her depression. Like, she's very raw in this documentary, and her backstory and kind of with her family and. So I really enjoy both documentaries.
Right. So wait, she's still married to Tommy Lee, or is that a done deal?
In the documentary she is,
she's
but
still
I don't know.
married to him.
I didn't really look up after.
Let's look at that.
I don't care that much.
Some of these people transitioned to Instagram's Viners. Some of them transitioned to YouTube and did okay. Like the one guy everyone's always mad at, Jake Paul and his brother. The two Paul brothers.
He's not featured in that at all.
Yeah, well,
Jake Paul.
That's because he doesn't need to be. He's like
the guy.
He's doing
one
just
guy,
fine.
Krill.
Krill. I don't
There's
know
a guy named Krill that they feature, and I just, I feel bad for him.
Guy needs to get eaten by a whale.
He drinks way too much. What?
Brian says he needs to be eaten by a whale because his name is Krill, and whales eat krill. See?
Thank you very much. Thank
you. Gotcha.
That's really good. This goes along with Brian's theory that
I don't like seeing fish suffer.
All right. Anyway. Oh, sorry. Geez, that sound. Okay. Oh gosh, what's happening? My thing won't stop. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're good now. Sorry, I went into a thing that happened. All right.
The robots took over.
Now I'm actually swinging the other direction. If this gets into the aftermath and the downfall parts of this, if it's not just, hey, everybody, woo.
No.
Okay.
It talks about, and if you would have finished the clip, it kind of gets into the depression, the reasons why, all of that. And the Krill one especially, he takes them to their home. They meet his parents. His parents are involved in this. And kind of his rise. Like they really pick some very notable and get access to some very notable, like with Paris. I mean, because it kind of all comes back to Paris Hilton, if you can believe it. And you're like, no way.
All roads lead to Paris Hilton.
Yep.
It kind of does. Because I learned something that I didn't even know. Did you know that Kim Kardashian was Paris Hilton's assistant?
No.
Yeah. She actually administered a pregnancy test on her bulldog.
Ew. How do you do that?
In one of those early Simple Life shows, or one of the what was the show with Nicole Richie?
It was called The Simple Life.
The Simple Life.
Simple Life.
Simple Life.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian was her assistant. Gave her dog and get this. I don't know this because I watched it. I know this because I answered a trivia question about it just a couple days ago. So it's fresh knowledge.
Wow.
I just found it interesting to go deeper into these internet personalities and kind of how they got to where they are and what is the result of millions and millions of people following them and saying not nice stuff. I mean, yeah, you can have a thick skin, but it gets to you. People are people. It's the same way with celebrity. It's a different kind of celebrity. And we are in a totally different age now that everybody is accessible pretty much.
Sure.
So I just found it a really fascinating dive into that.
Yeah, I may have to look at it. I may have to look at it because I've always pushed for. I mean, with the podcasting stuff and anything we're involved in, it's always been more of this approach. It's like a slow build, no giant, meteoric rises to the top. Let's just take this nice and easy kind of incline, and as we do, let's build community with real people. Let's have relationships that matter and that span past a like or a comment or a tweet, and really bring the humanity into it. And I don't, because we're all kind of making this up as we go and hacking through the weeds with our machetes of the internet trying to figure out what we're doing. I think I've done this long enough to where I can say pretty confidently that feels like the way to go if you can. I understand if somebody is like nobody one day and then 60 million followers on Vine the next day. I understand what that does to you. I get that is overwhelming and makes you go, whoa, I can do anything. You're empowered. I get it. But I feel lucky that it's been the slow burn and not the other way for me.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, if you'd asked me in my 20s, hey, what would you prefer? I probably would have said, I'd like to be like those people with 60 million.
Like, give me the get rich quick or the get famous quick scheme, and I'm with you. I'd much rather have the slow burn, the good community underneath you, or with you, supporting you, the good community around you, I guess is the best way of saying that.
And the dips are lower.
You guys aren't beneath me, chat room.
but also the dips and the bumps in the road that everyone has are less.
They're less
devastating.
severe.
They're just a little dip instead of, because you're on this plane, so maybe and then we're back on the plane again.
For sure.
These other guys are like, wah! Okay, what happened?
Yeah.
And they fall to their deaths, and it sucks. Yeah. All right, well now you've convinced me.
And then you start getting compromises where, this is my business. I'm not making any money, or I need to do something. Like there's so much more at stake for them, and then that's where you see like crap with, okay, yeah, I'll promote your stupid fire festival, and then you get situations with the FTC where you need to disclose that crap. It has to say ad, it has to say sponsored, and these people aren't, because nobody cares.
Oh, they get into that. That's interesting.
Well,
you've convinced me.
I get into it.
You've convinced me.
I think with the fire one, they do.
Yeah.
They don't get into it with the American meme one.
But
they should, because it's.
I noticed that DJ Khalid, or how do you say his name's in this thing, in the one about social media.
Oh, yep.
Is he? Yep. Do they get it all into his fraud thing he's into now, or is that was probably too recent? Because there's a big
I think
fraud.
that's too recent. They
Okay.
didn't really talk about that.
I'm
one.
really curious about that particular case, but I don't think there's much known about it. So I was wondering if maybe they touched on it. But it's probably
I
too
haven't
new.
even heard about this.
Yeah, there was.
They talked about Fat Jewish's new wine, and he has. But he talks about
it's Manischewitz.
No, it's called White Girls. I think it's White Girl Zen or something like that. Like, but it was a whole joke that he did. But then he was like, "Oh, I could actually turn this into a business." So he did.
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
Oh, here it
We
is.
live in a weird time.
I found it. DJ Khalid and Floyd Mayweather, the boxer, charged in a cryptocurrency fraud scheme. That's what it is. And I don't know that there's any more to say about it yet, but I'm curious about what that is, because that's the other thing that happens in these cases, especially with the younger guys, and the Aaron, or what's his name? Not Aaron Paul, the Paul guy. Not Jake. But whatever.
Yeah.
The guy that everyone hates right now.
Jake Paul.
The guy who now says he's going to be gay for a month.
We can hate both. We can hate both of them equally. Can't we?
We can. We hate their whole family. It's fine.
I don't know which one did the whole Bird Box thing running across the street for YouTube views, but we can hate both of them.
Yeah, we're equal opportunity haters here on the.
They do talk about Tide Pods in the American Meme.
Oh, they
one.
do? Great.
Yeah.
Logan Paul, that's it.
Logan Paul.
But he did say, by the way, the other day he's going to go gay. He's going to go gay for a month as a stunt. So nice.
What?
Listen, Mr. White, I'm not related to that old YouTube thing.
Yeah,
bitch.
listen, that guy's a bitch. Anyway, this is a fine recommendal list, and Nicole
There you
brought
go.
two recommendals. I want to see that Fire Festival one bad. Actually, everything you guys have recommended today sounds great. What I recommended isn't even a recommendation, and I would say don't watch Blue Bloods. That's what I'd say. Just listen to these two. Yeah, Darren DePaul as Reinhardt. Exactly. We don't want to get our Pauls wrong.
No.
Okay.
Don't
And
get our Pauls
he
confused.
wins every BlizzCon, Darren DePaul does.
Yeah, he owns, as far as I'm concerned, he kind of owns BlizzCon now. He is BlizzCon.
He is BlizzCon, man.
Anyway, Nicole Spag, as always, a pleasure. Nicole Spag on Twitter if you want to follow her and hear more about today's pickings.
Yeah, I'll post all these on there.
And check out her awesome husband's show, which she is always a part of, behind the scenes and in front, called the Wood Whisperer. And if you haven't seen that before, you're wasting your time in your life. What are you even doing?
That's right. That's right. Mark has been in Colorado so long, he just wrote a book about joints.
See?
He did joinery.
Yeah, jointery. That's the new fancy word for growing your own pot. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you next time.
Guys.
Bye.
See ya.
All right. It's an energetic time with Nicole today.
Yes.
I'm
I feel like this whole show is feeling high energy. I don't know what it is. I've only had, now I've had a full cup of coffee, but I feel like I've been shot out of a cannon, man.
Me too. I'm in a mood, and it's a good one. It's a good mood.
Yeah.
We'll see how it lasts. I have a big day ahead of me.
Crash at about 12:15.
I have a lot to do, so we'll see how it goes. All right, later today, I'll be on the Daily Tech News Show, and then after that, Core is on tonight. Don't forget, 1 p.m. today, you can catch Brian with Coverville. Plenty of content coming your way.
Packed afternoon of content.
That's right. And tomorrow, I think I'm almost done with Resident Evil. Tomorrow, I think we finish it. And no more of me being a freak. So that'll be until someone makes me play something else that's freaky. I think that's all they're going to ever want on there, so I may as well just accept it.
Of course. Yeah, it's going to be Silent Hill or whatever the one with the camera is, Ghosts in the Camera.
Ghost in the Camera.
You know, the one where you take pictures at a haunted asylum or something?
Yeah, what was that called?
Japanese game.
Yeah, it was called Clock Tower? Yeah, the Clock Tower. No?
Is that it?
The one where the scissor guy would come? Shing, shing,
Yes.
shing. Oh, that's the one, the Clock Tower, I think. Oh, that game. Oh, my gosh, dude. Do you remember how that used to make you feel? You had to get under a bed? I hated it.
Totally, yes.
Is it Fatal Frame?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Everybody's talking about...
Fatal Frame. That was another one. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
Maybe I'm thinking of that one, too. I don't know.
Yeah. Save the Clock Tower.
Silent Hill's the game that made me... That was my first truly scary game I ever played.
Yeah.
I don't know. It probably doesn't hold up now because that thing's old as dirt. But
Are you going to lock Nick out of the studio? By the way, the next time you play Resident Evil.
If I play Outlast 2, he's definitely not allowed in here. I'm changing the code on the door because I have a lock code on there.
There you go. Nice.
I'm going to make it so he doesn't know. Plus,
Perfect.
he left his freaking nasty chicken wings on his desk last night. I'm going to kick his freaking butt. Just mold.
And the dog's going to get those and choke on a bone.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be another surgery to get a chicken wing bone out of Boomer's gullet.
Yeah. But you guys are going to understand the rule here. I'll make the rule plain one more time. These are my rules. This is the only way it works. If I play scary games, it's only because someone gives it to me. I am not paying good money for a scary game. I won't do it. So if somebody wants me to play that Resident Evil 2 remake, which apparently is real good, that just came out like yesterday, then you best get it to me because I ain't doing it. I'm not putting. Look, I can't. It's like saying, "Hey Scott, why don't you pay a guy to punch you in the nuts?" Why would I do that? If I'm going to get punched in the nuts, you pay me to do it.
Right, exactly. Then you have to buy the hammer.
Damn straight. Oh, it comes out on the 25th. It's not out yet. There's some demo out, I guess.
You got time.
Maybe I'll check that demo out. I don't know. All right. That's it for the show. Big thanks to everybody for being here. We love you, and we love your support over at patreon.com/TMS. I know every show out there has a Patreon now. It's like the de facto thing. But listen, we were early in this whole game. Mm-hmm. We didn't know what we were doing. And we really screwed ourselves. We said, hey, what if we just did a monthly thing for like 16 episodes? And it turned out that was really in your favor. We're okay with that.
And now we're doing like 22 episodes because of Fridays.
So. Right. So it's even more. So all we're saying is, you could just be as cheap as you can and go over there and go, here's $1 a month, okay? Mm-hmm. That's only $12 a year. It's like nothing, and that still helps us. So come take advantage of our stupidity and join us on patreon.com/TMS.
Right.
And
the sooner you get in, when we unveil the new tiers and stuff, the higher it puts you on the list of the spreadsheet of mailing addresses for the good stuff that gets sent out. Because I know we're working on new stuff and some really, really cool things. There's might be some tea coming, which is really cool. Yeah. Anyway, lots of awesome stuff. So get in early, and that way you're higher up on the list to get stuff sooner.
Ninja Steve, what Patreon level is nut punching?
Well, yeah, actually, I'm curious about that.
There is currently not a level.
And does the Patreon patron get to do the punching?
Only if you come to TMS Vegas in April. That's the only way you get to do it.
Coincidentally, I just got an updated contract, which I'm going to be reviewing as soon as we're done here. And if it looks good, then I'm signing it.
Woo! Okay, that sounds good.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. Frogpants.com/TMS for everything else. Go get it. All our links are there. Stuff is there. Everything's there. TVZ Gun says, what? Yeah, we're doing Vegas. He knows that. Shouldn't he know that?
He knows that.
He's always there. He goes to take pictures. He's the best.
Yes, he's our photo guy.
Yeah, without him, we don't really have a record that anything happened. So
exactly. Without him, what happened in Vegas stayed in Vegas.
Yeah. Totally. All right, that's going to do it. Let's get out of here. Do you have a song to go?
I do. Tanner wrote in, Salem, good old Tanner, wrote in and said, hey, Scott and Brian, I'm celebrating 3 years with my wonderful fiancée, Alex. If it weren't for the Tadpool Confessions group, I would not have had the courage to ask out my best friend. 3 years later, I'm the happiest I've ever been. Thanks for the years of entertainment and the community that you fostered that helped bring me to my soulmate. All the love, signed Tanner.
Nice.
Tanner's awesome. Tanner sent you that Pokemon Switch game.
Yep. I haven't
maybe
played
that's
it.
the next thing you play.
I played it some. I haven't played it in about a week, but I do like it. I've been playing it in bed, of all things. But anyway.
That's the best place to play Pokemon.
Yeah.
Basically, he says, hey, any request is fine. We both love poppy songs and electronic songs, so we're leaving it up to you. I'm giving you the combo, that combo. This is one of my favorite things that came out a couple years ago. The Information Society released an album 2 years ago that was all covers. They did it via Indiegogo, if I remember correctly, and it is all covers, and it's fantastic. Covers of everything from Snake Finger to one of the songs from Winnie the Pooh to a song that was part of Sesame Street. It's amazing stuff, and it's all Information Society. True Energy. This is their cover of the Human League's Don't You Want Me, featuring Vitamin C on vocals. Here is the Information Society.
Did you say True Energy? I think it's Pure Energy.
Pure Energy. Did I say True Energy? Pure Energy.
I did, but it's okay. I used to love them. I had that album on repeat, man. I loved that thing.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've watched that Star Trek episode. Pure Energy.
Pure Energy. And it had, they even had, McCoy said some stuff in there. It's cool. That's a great old album.
Right.
Yeah. So while you go find that one, also find that one. All right. Here it is. We'll be back when? Tomorrow? We'll be back tomorrow. Come back then.
With Wendy.
Yeah, with Wendy. We got some cool stuff lined up, so be here then. We'll see you. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.